All right, so this person I know is going to take a reel-to-reel from me that I don't really want anymore, and I need to take a look at it and make sure that it's still fully functional. It's a little big. A4010S. I've had this reel-to-reel for a while. It actually belonged to my uncle at one point, and then he didn't really care about it, and it got left in my grandpa's basement for a while, and then my grandpa moved out of his house and into like a retirement home, and he didn't really want to take a bunch of junk with him, so he got rid of... There's a bunch of schmutz on the front panel. I don't know what the going on there. So my grandpa moved into a retirement home, and he downsized a bunch, and he was like, hey, you're into old audio junk. Do you want this old reel-to-reel? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I took it, and I talked with my uncle about it, and he said that it wasn't playing at the right speed. I figured out what the problem with that is, and I'll show you what the problem with that is, because I do need to take this front panel off to deal with the issue that I know is still here. But anyway, I got it, fixed the speed issue, and then this was my daily driver for a while. I was using this for a couple years in college, and then I got a Sony TC250, and later on I got an Akai that I'm using right now. So I mean, I just really don't need this thing. It's been sitting in a closet for a while. I do actually have another TEAC A4010S, like identical, except it has a dust cover, and it doesn't have the screw to hold this guy on. So it just, you know, doesn't look quite as nice, but also it doesn't have this crack, and it has a dust cover, so I don't know, I think it looks a little better than this one. It's just missing, you know, that piece screwed to the top of it. Still have the piece, it's just not on there. And, of course, it doesn't have the problem that I'm going to try to fix with this today, which is that the solenoid, which moves the pinch roller into place, isn't quite doing what it needs to do. Now, I don't know if it's a solenoid issue or if some of the arms over here are having trouble. I always come ready with a set of tiny screwdrivers. So this has been sitting in a closet and been unused for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some gunk inside that needs cleaned. That's why I'm really hoping that it's just the arm that's moving the pinch roller and not the actual solenoid. So on the other one I have, this screw is broken. That's it. That's the only thing. So it just looks like this. But like, who cares? Because it still works. I mean, I don't care what my equipment looks like. I'm not having guests over. This is all for me. I just care what it sounds like. Just care that it works. So this guy right here is attached to the motor. And when we lift that, there it spins. It has this little auto stop mechanism over here. Tons of reel-to-reels have those. It's super duper common. So on this, it's kind of hard to see. There are two levels. The belt is on the lower one, but there is an upper one. And then on this big flywheel that is attached to the capstan, same deal, two levels. Now over here, 50 and 60 hertz. So what you need to have is you need to have this switch set correctly, 250 or 60 hertz, depending on what country you're in. But then you need to have the belt on the right part of the wheel. So you can flip the switch to 50, fine, but you also need to move the belt up for that to work. So basically what happened is my uncle got this thing serviced, and they put the belt in the wrong spot. So it just played it slightly the wrong speed, because it was set to 60 hertz, like it should have been, but then it was also belt in the wrong spot, so yeah, caused some problems. Okay, so the solenoid in question is this one right here. Now, sometimes it does what it's supposed to do, and sometimes it gets stuck right there, and it's supposed to go all the way. There it goes. Hesitated, but it went. Nope. There it goes. Yeah, like sometimes it works. Try and reverse. Thought about it. Really putting this thing through its paces. So, my hope, based on what I just saw there, is that the issue isn't with the solenoid, but is with the fact that the solenoid needs to move a big metal arm here, another arm coming down here, this arm, which then connects with a couple of guys in here, and eventually works its way over here to the pinch roller. So my hope is that I can just kind of clean it up and lubricate some joints a little bit, and then it'll just start working again. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so I cleaned it up a little more, and it doesn't like doing it in reverse. Okay, so I cleaned it a little more. A really good way to tell if something's supposed to be moving or not is to look for a C-clip. In many cases, C-clips are there to hold things together that are supposed to be moving. Like those guys right there. C-clips, and... oh, look at that. It's a, like, hinge. C-clip. Oh, look. It's like a hinge. I mean, that's not true all the time. Like, this guy doesn't have a C-clip, but he's definitely supposed to be moving. Just something to look for if you're not sure. Oh, well, there was 10 times in a row. That's nice. I'll be the first to admit that I over-lubricate things. It is a problem. I do need an intervention. No, I will not stop. Hey, even in reverse. Oh, okay. That might have been all she needed. Just to be sure, pop a pinch roller back on there. Oh, see these pinch rollers also. The top is a screw. That's where you lubricate your pinch roller. There's a C-clip even. I got Herb Alpert. I use this as a test tape because it is missing a lot of tape. Yeah, like half the album's gone. I don't know where it is. So I just use this as a test tape now to make sure everything's working. Oh, I forgot we gotta put a few pieces back on first. And we can see the tunes are indeed bumping. It's hard to see because of the glare. The tunes are indeed bumping. It's good, that's what we wanted. Okay, let's try a couple other features. Fast forward. It sure does, and it stops quick. See how the pinch roller handle's playing in reverse. Ah! Whoa, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. The brake didn't disengage. Wonder why that happened. Okay, so what happened that time is the brakes here didn't disengage somehow. I'm not quite sure how that happened. So let's see. Interesting. Okay, so something up here is unhappy now. Okay, I lubed it up a little more. There you go. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Let's try it again. There you go. Can you do it a third time in a row? There you go. And the pinch roller's working too, which is excellent. It works forward, no problem. Backwards, it kind of hesitates. So maybe we'll keep an eye on that. Let's put the tape back on though. Ooh, not quite. I almost wonder if there's like a series of set screws up here. I almost wonder if that needs to be adjusted slightly. I'm gonna mess around and find out. Okay, so what I did is there's two set screws up here that basically tell this solenoid how far to be to the right or the left. I took them out, shifted the solenoid slightly to the right, and then adjusted the spring tension here, and that seems to be working. Play. Cool. Fast forward. Cool. Rewind. Sweet. Play in reverse. Cool. And the pinch roller seems to be working a lot better now. Pinch roller is actively engaging a lot better. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, it seems to be working a lot better. I just realized we're on the wrong speed. We need the faster speed. Ah, there it goes. We should test it on both speeds anyway. And play in reverse. Cool, so it seems to be working a lot better now. It's currently playing the B side of the tape. I'm gonna get the tape off onto this other side. You'll also be able to see the auto stop mechanism work. Ah, it stops itself. That's cool. Okay, so I think if my suspicion was correct that the big problem plaguing this thing was just dirty arms and mechanisms and such, this problem will probably happen again, but when it does, at least we know, what to do about it now. So yeah, that's the TEAC 4010S. It's pretty cool. It's got auto reverse. It's got auto stop. It's got a big heckin' pinch roller, and it can only play 7-inch reels, which is fine. Who needs 10-inch reels anyway? 10-inch reels are overrated.